Welcome to another episode of the wonderful world of Wonder Woman. Tonight we're going to be talking about
The Deadly Toys, episode number 12, season 2. Oh, you want to do it?
I'm Paul.
I'm Mark. Now we'll talk about the plot summary, in case you forgot who we were. So, episode 12, The Deadly Toys, which aired originally on New Year's Eve, 1977. It is a Christmas episode for sure.
Sort of.
Scary Christmas. During Yuletide, a demented toy maker uses android scientists for a nefarious purpose.
Gotten enough exercise? Now, in 50 words or less, tell me why you were in that laboratory.
No, I can't.
You have to. You can't lie.
I can't. I can't. I can't.
He makes doubles of these scientists. They were assigned by the government to, they were given each 3 parts of a project, Project XYZ, so that neither of the 3 would know what they were working on. But if you add all 3 together, it's a deadly weapon of unknown consequences. So the toy maker builds androids of the scientists to replace them, and then sell the scientists as a collection to the highest bidder, so they could be forced to build Project XYZ for an evil foreign country. Our cast, which is a pretty tight cast this time.
Yeah, I like it.
I did too. Linda Carter as Diana Prince, Wonder Woman. Lyle Wagner as Colonel Steve Trevor Jr. The wonderful icon, national treasure, Frank Gorshin as Orlick Hoffman, the insane toy maker. Although he's not very insane.
No.
He could have been
He's a little
he
aggravated.
was understated, yeah. John Rubinstein as Major Dexter, or Dex as they call him in the episode. And then we have the 3 doctors, James A. Watson Jr., who you may remember as the head of security for Star Trek and Star Trek 3, who tries to stop Dr. McCoy from getting a spaceship. Why do I know these things? I don't know.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I did not. Unfortunately, people, I didn't have to look that up.
It's true.
That's sad. That's sad. But anyway, so James A. Watson Jr. plays Dr. Prescott. Donald Bishop is Dr. Royce Tobias. And Ross Elliott is Dr. Lazar.
You remember when toys sucked?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, this guy's shop is just full of like wind-up toys and the little monkeys that spin around on the bars.
Yep.
All the stuff that like before the influx of Japanese innovation, with the exception of the Shogun Warriors,
Which were in the background, yes.
yeah, which was really cool.
That was cool to see.
We watched this a little bit earlier this evening and had some stuff to do, and walking away from it, I was like, eh. But now that I've had time to let it ruminate, I have some. I rather like it. The thing about it that gets me is, or that I really liked about it, is like it seemed a lot of this stuff seemed kind of like disjointed, but when I thought about it, there's like a theme. I love the fact that the toy maker and Zep or Zach, what's his name?
Dex.
Dex. Not to be confused with Dak Rambo.
No.
They were collecting these three scientists
Mm-hmm.
as a set,
Yes.
in much the way you would collect toys like the Shogun Warriors
Yes.
as a set. I don't know whether that was on purpose or just a plot device,
Mm-hmm.
but I thought that was honestly pretty funny.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it's a good episode. I thought Frank Gorshin, though, if you're going to pay Frank Gorshin to
Mhm.
be on your show,
Yeah.
like let him rip.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, he couldn't do the Riddler because there was probably copyright
Oh,
ties
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But he could go nuts. I've seen like footage of him like at dinner parties or whatever the hell Hollywood people did stuff, and he's hilarious. In fact, he did a killer impression of Kirk Douglas.
Oh wow.
That so he could do impressions on top of it. He was a little too understated for me. I would have liked him ramped up to about a 7 at least. It also might have been fun if like because Gershon plays an old crotchety, an old decrepit German toy maker.
Yeah.
Who also makes airplanes that have bombs and machine guns and stuff. And an android of Wonder Woman.
Yes.
It would have been cool if like they would have done something where like maybe like he's a holdover from her World War II exploits.
Oh yeah.
Like, but he was a younger man, and like he could have, like she could have like figured it out for a second. Like, wait a minute, you know, and did a flashback to do a flashback for an episode of Wonder Woman that
didn't happen.
Yeah, that didn't happen, but it was there.
I fully expected that, by the way.
Yeah,
I fully expected him to be an ex-Nazi.
It would have been great.
Robot maker who is now hiding out as a toy maker. I really did like this episode a lot. I thought it was very comic booky. I mean, you can't get any more comic book than scientist who shouldn't have all these skills has skills to be a villain.
Yeah.
And so that's very Marvel DC.
Yeah.
That worked for me.
Yeah, because when we say comic booky, we mean it in the best possible way, obviously.
Yeah. And I mean, it was telegraphed a little too well that Dex was the villain.
Yeah,
but
from the jump.
From the jump, yeah. But I agree with you. I thought for sure that Frank Gorshin's character was going to be an ex-Nazi android robotic scientist who now came to America, went into hiding, and makes toys.
Because why else make him German?
Right, exactly, right. Well, the only thing I could think of is were they doing like a Geppetto, like homage to Christmas?
Geppetto would be Italian.
Well, that's true. That would be. Yeah. Well, Well, toy maker. Well, what's weird though is
Italians,
for some reason
the Germans, World War II. It's all kind of.
Let us know in the comments. Were German toy makers well known? I know they're known for clocks. Are they known for toys? Because oddly enough, in Doctor Who, the toy maker, or the is that the toy maker? When Neil Patrick Harris recently played him, also had a German accent.
What about
that's some sort of cliche?
What about the Nutcracker? What?
Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, he should have been a Nazi. Either that, or I think Dex, instead of being a major, he was a military guy.
Yeah.
I think he should have been one of the scientists who then uses the toy maker to disguise his robotics in toys or something.
Yeah.
Anything that made more sense than this toy maker being a super genius. With androids. And so but I mean I don't care though. You know what I mean? Because I mean if you think about it, I mean Hank Pym starts out working with ants. He then turns into inventing Ultron.
Yeah.
He then has Pym particles. I mean,
one of those all around scientists.
Yeah. So it's the gentleman scientist who, suddenly knows everything. So I guess I'll accept that in the plot.
Yeah.
I thought there was a lot of good action in this one. So, I mean, we got a classic rooftop jump by Wonder Woman. It looked really good. She did 2 rooftop jumps. She fights the plane, which I thought was really cool. I thought it was filmed pretty well with a little plane dropping bombs on her. Thought that was neat. Uh, you gotta love Wonder Woman versus Android Wonder Woman. That was, I mean, I feel bad for the stuntman who got hit in the head by the one toy. um, and so, yeah, I like that kind of stuff. I mean, couple little, critiques here and there. I mean, you pointed out the fact that the toy maker's lair was a redressed villain's lair. They've done it 3 times now, I
This is
think.
at least the third time
Yeah.
this season.
I think I thought it was odd that at one of the secret labs, the back door was just wide open, so the android could escape.
Yes.
No, for God's sake.
I think it's ridiculous that it was suggested that Dex played football with Steve.
Like I said, he was the water boy.
Yeah, and see that would have fit in where even if they had made him like all of his life he's been, but the fact that and then he's a major and it just didn't. Dex didn't make sense to me. Dex should have been a wimpy,
Yeah, he was
scientist.
a bit miscast.
Yeah, miscast.
And there's nothing better. There's nothing better than watching a guy hit on a woman who is taller than him. It's the best. It's like that short guy confidence.
Yes.
And she just cold turns him down.
Oh yeah.
And Steve Trevor's just back there like
he was not holding back.
he's like, I'm gonna just let him.
And you know that guy was at least a foot shorter because that Brady Bunch perm had to be at least a foot tall.
Cranked him up a little higher. Yeah.
But I think the plot was interesting because I couldn't figure out at first. I'm like, what are they trying to do with replacing the scientist? But I thought it was clever that like you said, they're going to sell them as a package, and then whoever buys them will force them to build this XYZ death weapon.
Yeah.
While the toy maker and Dex run off with the money. So I thought it was very tight. The plot, the pacing I thought was really good. There wasn't really many slow parts at all.
No.
If there was with the old man, it was her investigating it as a spy, so I think that worked as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so no, I think a lot of it worked out. I do want to say that I am officially upset that Joe is no longer appearing in the show, and that Steve again is sidelined to be Joe.
Justice for Joe.
Justice for Joe, man. And I get it. It means Wonder Woman is or Diana is the main star, is the spy, and that's great.
Yeah.
I love it. But it's just weird seeing Steve just in the office.
Yeah. I meant to mention this last week, and I got reminded of it this week during the episode. But there's this underlying subplot going on in the series that IADC's Super HAL computer, IDAC, knows Wonder Woman and Diana are the same.
Correct.
But he's not telling anybody. He's dropping little clues. As a kid, I don't remember that being a thing, but I also thought it was funny. I had to double check because
either that or the computer assumes everyone else knows logically.
Yeah, like because Steve asked, he wants to get one or Diana a Christmas present.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Why don't you ask Wonder Woman?"
Right.
I had to look it up because I thought for a sec sometimes the computer sounds like Joseph Cotton.
Yeah,
but it's not him. The other thing that I wanted to talk about for a minute. Do you remember how cool it was when we were kids and we'd be watching Wonder Woman? How cool it was when like she would transform, just like, and then you knew shit was gonna happen.
Yep.
But that exhilarating feeling of her changing, or when like Bill Bixby would, and they start turning, and that piano would kick in, and we were on the edge of our seats at that point. It's like when the Hulk showed up, and when Wonder Woman showed up, that's when my dad paid attention.
Yes, right. Don't care about the story.
That's right. Yeah. But it's just one of those. I was thinking about that watching this. The first time she transformed, I'm like, man, I remember being so jazzed when that happened.
Well, and I like the fact that they played with, again, her being Diana.
Yeah.
So at certain points she can't transform.
Yeah.
And I like that sort of tension. So I'm glad that she's not Clark Kent. In other words, she
Yeah.
doesn't, till she transforms, she doesn't have all of her abilities.
Yeah.
I do like that. I don't know if I don't think that's comic book accurate. But
No, it's not. She
Yeah.
just it's just to put her outfit on.
yeah,
And in fact, the twirl thing came
she
from
came
this
from
series.
this. Yes.
It was actually Linda Carter's idea because she did ballet and thought it would be, which explains how she could twirl, because after about 3 or 4 twirls, you're like starting to get vertigo.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like chloroform. Oh no. This was much better than last week's.
Yeah.
This was done, I think, really well. It was tight
Partially because there was no Vincent Van Patten.
to ruin it. Yes.
The other thing is, speaking of, missing things, where'd the Wonder Woman android go?
That's okay. So I have 2 questions about the end of the episode. I thought at the end, when she's painting Merry Christmas on the toy
Oh yeah,
shop, which by the way would be like closed forever now because the
yeah, she's rubbing it in.
yeah, was that the android or was that Wonder Woman? You don't know.
At least give us like a
Right,
like with
right.
the rope. What were the androids on 6 Million Dollar Man?
Oh yeah, the Mascatrons.
Fembots,
Mascatrons,
Mascatrons.
yeah. Or like show them putting her in storage, and then then you could have brought her back. Would have been cool.
Steve Trevor's like, oh, where you going with that box, buddy?
Right.
No. See, I'm hiding that at my house.
That's right. We got to keep that out of the government's hands.
That's right.
Yes. Either that or Joe could have been the villain. It could have turned out Joe was pushed out. Anyway, I justice for Joe.
Justice for Joe. Because like if I was writing because I know DC has done they've done like Batman '89. They've done the Superman. I'm pretty sure they've done Wonder Woman from spins off from this series.
Right.
Like I haven't read it. I don't know if it's any good, but I would 100% bring the android back.
Oh yeah.
I would make the android going through like an existential crisis,
Sure.
trying to figure out what life is and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Or have it right, or try to figure out it's got its commands to do evil, but it also was modeled after Wonder Woman. So that would be very interesting. So it could almost be like Wonder Woman's death probe. The other thing that bugged me is, well, actually, it kind of did though. Is at the end we sort of get the chips ending, the ha ha ha, and everything freezes, but they're laughing about the fact that Wonder Woman has the idea. Okay, so hold on. I got to deal with this. Wonder Woman has the idea. Let's not call the police on the Major and the toy maker.
Right.
The toy maker conveniently had extra androids made of the scientists. Let's let them drive the androids to their buyer, sell it to the highest bidder.
Because these are like Russians,
right? Or horrible, yeah. And then they'll discover that, of course, the androids have no idea how to build Project XYZ. So that'll put an end to Project XYZ. Because, by the way, we didn't say this, the 3 doctors burned all the notes. So now nobody can do it.
Yeah.
And then, I'm sure they won't be happy when they find out what those 2 did to them. So they're basically signing their warrant. We're not going to put the toy maker and Dex in jail. We're just going to let their buyer kill them.
And I'm here for it.
I kind of, at first I'm like, I could see the government doing that, but so is Wonder Woman. But Wonder Woman came up with the idea.
You know what happens? Her tiara goes, and her mom's like,
girl,
what did you do?
What did you do? You need to come back to paradise.
Man's world has affected you.
That's right. See, that would be an interesting plot too. See, do that later.
And I think that's very wonderful.
What if the android, goes to Paradise Island to learn how to be human?
That's right. Could have a whole episode about that, yeah, or a 2-parter.
Yeah. DC, if you're listening,
right? Yeah, have the android come back. Yeah,
I work cheap.
And I think that's very wonderful.
I always like it in these old shows where they drop these bombs of so much stuff that you go and then you just gotta leave that. There's an episode of The Secrets of Isis where one of the teachers at the school where Andrea Thomas teaches invented a force field machine because they needed a cheap special effect where she can just like, you know,
Yeah.
and they never get back to it.
Huh.
So you invented this force field machine that could alter the course of technology
Right.
from that point on. This German Frank Gorshin's inventing androids that are capable of like deductive reasoning,
Yes.
and we're done with this now. Let's move on.
Well, that and the fact that, technically he invented one of the world's first drones.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a drone.
yeah,
And so why not? I think it'd been interesting. Like Wonder Woman says, she doesn't come up with the idea to kill him. She says, "Well, let's call the police." And Steve's like, no, they've been reassigned. The CIA wants them both.
yeah.
And, 30 years later, we get the toy makers' drones being used in Iraq or something. Yes.
Right. Or Frank Gorshin gives Wonder Woman when he figures out Diana Prince is a spy.
Right.
He gives her this Santa Claus
Yes.
to put on her hood on her dashboard, and it's like the beacon for this drone fighter plane. But like, what if she's like walking out the door and she's like, "Meh," and she pitches it, and it like falls in the back seat of his car, and he's driving, and they're.
Oh, humanity! Oh, the irony! Again, there's genius. So he understands radar technology, homing. I mean, he's clearly a genius.
This man is a super scientist.
Yeah.
He's comics are loaded with them.
Yes. Well, he kind of reminded me of. He's sort of cut from the Puppet Master cloth.
Yes.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Is what he kind of reminded me of.
Or Toyman from
DC. Yeah. Like, and again, I guess that's the influence of today's television. That would not be let go in today's television. You would not.
Yeah.
Well, for most shows,
Yeah.
although there are shows that drop plot threads and drop characters, but
well, I mean, like $6 Million Man and stuff. They kept Maskatron or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever he
they
was.
brought back the Probe. They brought back
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
They had their heaviest hitters come back. So, well, maybe we'll see. We have not read any of the plot summaries for season 3, so we might be talking silly right now. Maybe there's a Android toy maker rematch.
Yeah, we get to the next episode. It's like, no, idiot, look right here.
Right. The return of the Toy Man. Yeah.
Frank Gorshin's character was actually an android, and you only know that when like the Russians or whoever the hell they were dealing with,
right?
We got him on a firing squad,
right?
And or he's tied up at the post, and he's like laughing, and then he starts doing the Riddler laugh, and then he explodes and like wipes out like everyone in the area,
Right. That'd be awesome.
I'm telling you, DC, I work cheap.
Yeah.
Bambi Peru, just like the country.
Okay, so that's gonna wrap up this episode, this review of the
Deadly Toys.
The Deadly Toys. What do we got to look forward to next time?
All right, next time, moving on to episode 13, onto a new disc. I think somewhere. Oh yes, here we are. Disc 3, episode 13, moving into 1978. The Light-Fingered Lady. She's an undercover cover girl. Diana infiltrates a gang planning a multi-million-dollar heist. Sounds like a Bionic Woman episode.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a Bionic Woman episode.
So we may have to look at episode 14 as well. Screaming Javelin. Going for the gold, a megalomaniac kidnaps great athletes to form a world champion team.
Was it Olympic year, 78?
Nope, 76 would have been.
Okay.
76 and 80. But they could have been preparing for the 80.
Yeah,
Olympics. Yeah. So, okay, well, we'll see. We'll see which ones we watch.
I got hammered one night on some Screaming Javelin. Nothing to mess with. All right, well, that's going to wrap this episode up. A nice little bow.
Yep.
Because it's a Christmas episode.
Because it is a Christmas episode.
I'm Paul.
I'm Mark.
And this has been the wonderful world of Wonder Woman.